respeito. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim.
Cadê a palminha do samba de coco, gente? Que levou ser muito guerreira para os novos tempos, que nós pedimos respeito.
Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim.
Cadê a palminha do samba de coco, gente? Que levou ser muito guerreira para os novos tempos, que nós pedimos respeito.
Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim.
família do samba de coco, gente, que leva a ser muito guerreira, tá nos novos tempos, que nós pedimos respeito.
Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar
Samba de coco, gente, que leva-se muito guerreira para os novos tempos, que nós pedimos respeito.
Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão pra mim. Você vai se arrepender de levantar a mão.
Fissura. Fissura.
Uma característica muito própria daquela região, né? De ter
Fissura.
traz uma característica muito própria daquela região, né? De ter uma influência forte do jazz, do rock, né? Um estilo de brass band, de fazer fanfarra. E quando ele chega no Brasil, ele já traz uma característica que é muito brasileira, né? De trazer nossos ritmos, nossa cultura. E o festival aqui em Brasília, a gente trouxe esse tema justamente para potencializar isso, né? A gente tem algumas fanfarras que elas são, inclusive, genuínas da música popular e que a gente achou muito massa, porque o tema acabou colando e sensibilizando, e essas fanfarras se sentiram incluídas para poder trazer esses ritmos para o nosso festival. Isso foi ótimo. da música une a rua mistura, a gente também quer dizer que a gente quer interagir com todas as formas de intervenção cultural, de ocupação da cidade. Então a gente não quer que seja um festival somente de fanfarras, onde a gente chegue nos lugares e toque. A gente quer vivenciar, né, as cidades, a gente quer saber o que é que a comunidade tem para nos oferecer e a gente poder fazer essa grande interação musical.
Vai
Bom, eu penso que não tem como a gente ir para a rua e se negar a ver as diversas realidades, as possibilidades que a rua expõe e carrega em si. Até tem como a pessoa ir para a rua, vamos por assim dizer, ensimesmada em só ver aquilo que quer enxergar. Mas eu acho que o convite é justamente o oposto disso, é sair desse lugar. Principalmente porque quando a gente fala em diversas possibilidades, encontros de diversidades na rua, a gente está falando de adentrar camadas que dizem respeito a nós mesmos e às sociedades, às construções das sociedades nas quais nós estamos. Então, tem muito desafio e muita potência nisso aí, né? É a rua como espaço político, de trocas, representatividades. E a rua, sob esse viés, não é algo dado, é algo construído.
Amazônia fica! Bolsonaro sai! Amazônia fica! Bolsonaro sai!
Seu grito silenciou lá no alto em Olinda. Era uma mulher tão linda que a natureza criou. Ela foi morta no meio da madrugada, com um tiro de espingarda pela mão do seu amor. Fico orando, a Deus peço clemência, toda essa violência, o mundo vai se acabar. Cadê a família do samba do coco, gente? Que nós ser muito guerreira para os novos tempos. Que nós pedimos respeito. Mulher guerreira eu sou, eu canto coco em Brasília e canto com muito amor. Sou guerreira, mulher, mulher guerreira eu sou, eu canto coco em Brasília.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us with Honk United. I'm Dory, coming to you live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, home of Patonkatonk. We are so excited to have shared that video with you guys from Honk, Brasilia, and our next submission is great. It's from our friends with the Dead Music Capital Band from Austin, Texas, where we have Honk, Texas. This video submission is going to be a twofer. It begins with a quick interview about the Dead Music Capital Band. It's going to set up the musical performance. For this performance, they collaborated with their BFF band, Black Sheep Ensemble from Atlanta, another one of my personal favorites. They chose Ghost Town as a tribute to all the venues going dark during the current pandemic. As the specials lyric says, all the clubs are being closed down. Everything on this was recorded by the individual players, fully social distanced, no one got sick, no one got hurt. And then it was lovingly stitched together to make this awesome AV quilt that we're going to present to you here. Russ Hull of Dead Music and the Honk United Tech team did the real heavy lifting by editing everybody's individual performances into this wild visual smorgasbord. So enjoy, guys, Dead Music Capital and the Black Sheep Ensemble.
The Dead Music Capital Band is the swinging sound from 6 feet down.
The Dead Music Capital Band is a macabre musical party in your crypt.
Also known as the Fun Dead.
Decomposing in real time, but at an accelerated rate.
Yeah, we're extra dimensional, and we're all dead.
Dead Music Capital Band is currently housed in the Upside Down of Austin, Texas.
By my recollection, we were summoned from the grave.
We started as a circus band.
We were the house band for that old haunted spectacle, the Circus of the Seven Dawns, but we were accidentally left behind here in Austin when the circus packed up and rolled on through to the next transdimensional stop.
We've been dimension hopping for eons, but we've called this stop home for close to a decade.
Why would we stop playing music?
Just because life ends doesn't mean you have to stop having a good time.
The Honk community is family, and we would like to meet all of our Honk community family as soon as possible.
I always like when we're able to connect and collaborate with other bands. Like the time we taught Chaotic Noise Marching Corps our theme of the Seven Dawns in Seattle, and then they joined us under the Big Top in Harvard Square. Or when Clamor and Lace sucked the marrow out of life with us.
My favorite Honk memory probably involves the largest crowds at after parties, all getting together, especially now since we can't do any of that stuff.
Getting ready to vote.
Oh, you know, cleaning out dusty old crypt and updating some songs to reflect these hard times.
We got out the trans-dimensional portal projector and we used its C2C feature to stay connected to each other, and we did some socially distanced recording. We were having so much fun with it, we even called up our Best Fiends Black Sheep Ensemble from Atlanta, and we worked up a musical tribute to all the great local clubs being closed down due to the pandemic. But instead of talking about it, why don't we just show it to you? Enjoy.
sounding like a ghost town.
Okay, how about that for the Dead Music Capital Band? They are always a blast. Oh, Honk, Texas is always one of my favorite events of the year. I'm still heartbroken that we didn't get to go to Austin this year, eat all the amazing tacos, have a great time enjoying their good weather. Do want to remind you guys, today's Saturday, but this is going on all weekend. Tomorrow, we have a bunch of great workshops. You can check out the schedule of our workshops on our website. It's honkunited.org. So look for that, guys. You know, also, if you're having fun, you can check out our website, pick up some merch, pick up some t-shirts. We're printing those through Bonfire. So if you go to bonfire.com, you can search for the Honk United store. Coming up next, we have another one of my personal favorite honk bands. This is one of my favorite honk moments from all of the honks I've been to, the Clam Jam Brass Band. These folks are amazing. They came out, they surprised us all with their premiere at Honk Somerville last year, you know, where we all should be right now. I shouldn't be in Pittsburgh. I should be in Somerville right now with all of these lovely people. The Clam Jam Brass Band is a social justice brass band. It's a project featuring collaborations from Providence and Boston area musicians, dancers, artists, and activists. They center on the experiences of women and BIPOC folks actively working for change in their communities. This is them reading their One Manifesto to the world. The amazing Jess, you're gonna get to experience her in person. I can't gush enough about how amazing she is. And then it's going to be followed by footage of their surprise world debut at last year's Honk Somerville. So please, guys, enjoy, get up, start dancing, turn your speakers way, 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 way up. You're going to love this one, guys.
We are an explicitly anti-racist, anti-oppressive, women's activist, social brass and party band sent here to deliver a social justice message and a good time.
Clam Jam Brass Band.
We stand for truth, equity, inclusion, social justice, and freedom.
Freedom of fear, freedom of want, freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of body, and freedom to love. We stand with you.
Clam Jam Brass Band.
Clam Jam believes that body positivity need not be in conflict with inclusivity.
We celebrate trans women, non-binary and gender fluid folks, queer women, straight women, cis women, young women, old women, butch women, femme women, all women.
Clam Jam Brass Band.
We play a mix of pop, hip-hop, funk, soul, and salsa, and comment on the stories of our day, reflect on the future, and remember our past through spoken word, noise making, visual storytelling, and movement.
We dance with you.
Clam Jam Brass Band.
We fight with the marginalized, the disenfranchised, the oppressed, the immigrant, the overlooked, the invisible, the brown, the other.
When you feel powerless and without a voice in your life, we will support you.
Clam Jam Brass Band.
We resist oppression, question the status quo, and will hold accountable those elected officials when we continue to vote into positions of power.
In a world that continues to spiral out of control, where nonsense masquerades as normalcy, this is how we will come together to build strong communities and be the change that we want to see.
Clam Jam Brass Band.
We resist when necessary. We build when necessary. In the sage words of Vice Admiral Eyo'nle Aldo, we are the very last of the resistance, but we are not alone. In every corner of the galaxy, the downtrodden, the oppressed know one symbol, and they put their hope in it.
We are the spark
that will light the fire, that will restore the Republic. That spark, this resistance must survive. This is our mission.
Clam Jam Brass Band.
Hey, hello.
We're
Here
back.
we are. Hi, Denny.
Yes, just saw some really cool roller skates and really cool purple jumpsuits. My name's Denny. I'm from Braintree. I'm in the second line Social Aid and Pleasure Society brass band where I play trombone and play a little tuba in School of Honk. Who are you?
I'm John Bell. I play trombone in Second Line Social Aid and Pleasure Society brass band. And we just played live for the Get Out the Vote event in Central Square. I love how you look this afternoon, Denny.
Oh, wow. Thanks.
With your hat. And
Thank you.
I'm glad we can introduce these wonderful bands that we're about to introduce.
Yes, so the first one we're going to see is EE. They're playing for Acadia's Chicago Food Distribution back in June of 2020.
And then the second of this slot that's going to happen, the second band is Damas de Ferro from Rio de Janeiro, the first women-only street brass band in the Brazilian honk scene. And this is super cool because at the very beginning of this tune called Ola, they've invited 50 female percussionists to play the introduction in a maracatu rhythm with their agbe shakire instruments, which they explain that there's a bit of prejudice against the Shakira for being too easy and too feminine, but you'll see that they rock it with the Shakira. Damas de Ferro, Rio de Janeiro. Okay, Bill, let's go.
was so cool.
Damas de Ferro. I love the way we're learning so much about Brazilian honk bands and Brazilian street music. It's really an education,
yes,
I think.
So cool.
And like also that we're learning about Chilean brass band music in the street and Costa Rican brass band music. And the next two videos, well, one's going to be from Central America, but that's not the first one you're going to see.
No, you're jumping it. So the first one is Forward Marching Band. So Forward Marching Band, which I didn't know, was fortunate to collaborate with mix artist Kevin Carnes and filmmaker Brian Campbell to produce this video, which expands the expressive capacity of this song beyond what the band can typically render. So this is called musical action called Raise Your Voice Up.
And then after that, we're going to see a tune by Bandanica Granada from Nicaragua, playing Bandanica style music, brass band music from Nicaragua. They play for events like birthdays and parties and weddings and graduations. And you'll see that there's dancers and carnival dress. I feel like we're getting an education about carnival in Latin America. So Bandanica and Forward Marching Band. Here we go.
See, you want to speak at another level? You got to be willing to love at another level, forgive at another level, show up at another level, speak up at another level. 1, 2, 3, 4.
As soon as the sun will shine, yeah, all I just begs for more.
Standing in front of Lago Colchibolca, Lake Colchibolca. I feel like I want to learn more about Nicaraguan brass band music. I knew nothing about that until today.
Yeah, so many things happening in South America, like more than America, maybe, almost.
I don't know.
But what do we got next? Okay, so our next video is from Young Fellas Brass Band from New Orleans. Whoa. So their video is going to be them just talking about New Orleans and their experiences at Honk Fests as they reflect upon the past years. So I'm pretty excited to see this. Let's roll it.
The Young Fellas Brass Band. My first Honk Fest was in 2012. So I've been to pretty much every Honk Fest. From Seattle to Boston, Honk, NYC. The first one was in Austin, Texas. I think honestly it's a great festival. I think that the concept behind it as far as activism through music, I think it's a very important avenue, a very important message that is portrayed every time it happens. You always learn something new from someone else there, something as simple. You might learn something musically, you might learn something socially. Like it might be, either way it goes, it's always an experience that makes you a better musician or a better person usually what you need.
My name is Justin Terrell. Y'all can call me JT, and I play the trumpet. Honk is an open floodgates for any welcome musicians. Like any musician's welcome. It doesn't matter if you're kind of weird or if you kind of got a certain style or whatever. They welcome you with open arms, and that's the best thing about Honk Fest. It's like one big family just making music. You know what I'm saying?
Hi, my name's Thaddeus Ramsey, and I play the bass drum and also the sousaphone for the Young Fellas Brass Band, the Big Six Brass Band, down there. Every brass band in New Orleans I perform with. First year I've been to Honk Fest was 2011, and I played with the Young Fellas. I've been there 3 times, one in 2011, one in 2013, and also 2019. Man, Honk Fest is just unbelievable because you mostly just see a lot of bands in New Orleans. So me traveling, it's just like a huge Mardi Gras, just, in Boston. Oh man, I love the school so much. It's just an awesome experience just to show the kids what we do in New Orleans and bringing it up there to show them how we do it. And music is just one big language, and you just kind of go back and forth.
That's all we can do is just show them what we do and show them that you can do something with your music, you can do something with the horn other than just be marching in the band and being a robot and learning classical stuff. There's a whole boatload of stuff you can do with your music and your instrument. You just gotta apply yourself. But they have to want to do it too. You know what I'm saying? But I hope that's the message that they receive when we come to the schools. And on top of that, we play our music the same way we play our music everywhere we go. Even when we're here at home, we play it the same way so they can feel it, so they can know what it's like to have fun doing what you love. They got a lot of interesting stories. I'm pretty sure I can't tell them all, but the one I remember was my first Honk Fest in 2013. Now I just joined the Young Fellas Brass Band, and we go do the show on the stage. That was one year we just had a big crowd, And Roy, y'all, everybody knows Roy. So when I say this name, you know who I'm talking about. So Roy, he decides he wants to crowd surf. And it actually worked. I thought they was gonna drive him. I thought it was gonna be a moving moment, like they was gonna let him fall. They really caught him, and then they really surfed him around the crowd. That was the first time I ever seen that. And that was fire. I almost wanted to do it. I was like, nah.
Long live the Home Fest. Representing all the way from New Orleans.
Thank you so much, Home Fest, from the bottom of my heart, all the way from New Orleans. Thank y'all.
Man, thank you, Honk. Shouts out to Trudy and the gang. I love y'all. Shouts out to the Brass Queen. Love y'all girls too. And Home Fest, I hope we can come back live in full effect and we gonna tear it down. I promise you. We all gonna tear it down.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey, John.
Oh, hi.
John. Oh, look, we're here.
We're here, but split up. That's
We're
okay.
split up. That's okay.
So we just saw Young Fellas Brass Band, which was so cool. They're so awesome, and the kids playing with the kids. If I was a kid and had that opportunity, I probably would have passed out.
I hope we don't undo any good that the young bloods did.
No, the young fellas held their own, and Dinny and I are live, and we're really happy to go live to Portsmouth, New Hampshire for the Leftist Marching Band and John Mayer. So John, you're here, your band is there. Do you want to tell us what you're doing? No, you're gone. Yes.
That's okay. Well, we're probably going into a live with Leftist from New Hampshire.
Okay. Oh, we were in New Hampshire and now we're back. So
Everyone, we're live. If you didn't know,
we're live. And we're working behind the scenes to go back to New Hampshire with the Leftist Marching Band, which has been at almost every Honk festival, I think, since the beginning. And they started in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, because they said, I think in the beginning, like, the left deserves its own marching band. So they really have seen themselves as a marching band in that tradition with drum majors and stuff like that. But they're a really wonderful group that, even though they're from New Hampshire, a different state, I think we like to think of them as part of the Honk Festival in Somerville.
Yeah,
and
close enough.
I don't know. I appreciate that long-standing relationship we have with the Leftist Marching Band, just as I appreciate the long-standing relationship we have had with Young Fellas, and the way those connections work, I think is really, really interesting.
Yes, we have friends from all over the world.
Yeah,
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I really appreciate the way that Honk United has made it possible for us to look at, like, okay, there's this amazing scene in Benin and in Uganda, and all of the European bands, like, what is it? Is it Brasmataz or something? This Belgian band that was blown away?
I didn't catch them.
Yeah, it was really wild. And tomorrow, for the workshops and panels, that's going to be, a little bit different. It'll be talking, but I've got to host a discussion with Japanese honk bands. We had to pre-record because of the time difference, but that's gonna happen. Super interesting. And
yes.
There'll be a
I
live.
saw them in Seattle.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so
right.
Cool.
Shindon Ya, like they connect to all these different traditions.
It's amazing.
Okay. Are we ready to go back to the Leftists, Bill? Do you think? No, we're gonna
No,
hang
so
out,
we're just gonna talk.
talk more.
What about those T-shirts? How do we get a T-shirt? I don't even know. Do you know, John Bell?
There's a link. I should probably know the link. I think it's honkunited.org/merch. I think it's that easy. honkunited.org/merch. And Eric Sutman from the Honk Committee, who's a graphic designer and who's designed, I think, most of the graphics. Oh, there's John.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, John.
Hello, John Bell. We're so delighted to be here.
Go for it.
Are we connected? So do I want to leave the room?
No, I think you want to stay. I think you want to stay where you are, if I'm not wrong.
Somebody tell me.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
I think you should start playing.
All right. You guys ready?
Ginny, how should we do the next one? The Let Our Families Drive action.
We are so honored to be here with Honk United. Hello, John Bell, sister brother bands from Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Love to you.
Yay. Are we back? Thank you, Leftist Marching Band.
Saying thank you.
Leftists. All right.
Missed you.
Thank you, Honk United.
Thank you, Leftist Marching Band. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you, John Mayer.
Thank you, John Bell.
Yay.
So we're out of here.
Okay.
Bye.
All right. Denny and I might be back.
Okay.
Might be back.
Let us know.
Yes. Great.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you. It's so awesome. Okay. Are we on, Denny? Do you think we're on right now?
I don't know, but it felt like I was in New Hampshire for a second.
I know. I love the way that we're able to see all these different parts of the world, you know, in Italy or in Africa or Brazil. And then I like the way this was so much New Hampshire.
So much New Hampshire.
On the town green with the colonial building in the back and the Leftist Marching Band. So.
That was great. So cool to have live stuff on Honk United.
I know. Denny, when I was a kid back in the 50s, we used to watch live TV and all the kid shows were live and all sorts of stuff would happen because it was live, you know, like now things happen and it's like you were adjusting and it's like, oh, that's interesting because it's a really complicated technical thing that's going on. And we have a great technical crew.
Yeah, let's give a shout out to like everyone that has contributed to this phenomenon that is happening right now called Honk United.
Right.
So what do we have next? Looks like we're watching an action. It's called the Let Our Families Drive action. That's first. So that was filmed in Boston on September 26th, 2020. I was actually at that. It's a combination of BAM, which is the Boston area brigade of activist musicians, and some members of Second Line. We did a march to basically the State House. And then, so the campaign is to push for state legislation to allow immigrants to get driver's licenses even if they're undocumented. And the video is by Marion Davis. And then...
From Belo Horizonte, Brazil, Estagiários brass band, a video of their fanfarra during Carnival, when more than 100 amateur musicians and circus performers, there's a lot of circus performance in these Brazilian bands with the stilting and the dancing and the puppets sometimes, was incredible. This music is, I'm gonna try to pronounce it, Musang ferve por voce, okay? Maybe that's what it is, but that's Estagiários brass band after Let Our Families Drive.
The Dead Music Capital Band is the swinging sound from 6 feet down.
Dead Music Capital Band is a macabre musical party in your crypt.
Also known
accompanied
as
by
the
band
Fun Dead.
Decomposing
to demand
something that most real time, but at an accelerated rate.
Yeah, we're extra-dimensional, and we're all dead.
16 states, DC and Puerto Rico already issued driver's
Dead Music
licenses
Capital
to
Band is
deny
currently
these
housed in
residents regardless
the
of
Upside
immigration
Down
status. But in Massachusetts, despite more than a decade of advocacy, immigrants who are undocumented or are still adjusting their status can't legally drive, period. Alicia came here from Guatemala when she was 8. She's now 40, and her youngest son is a junior in high school. She became an organizer for Cosecha because for her, the fight for driver's licenses is personal.
I had many family members that had been deported. I have family members and friends that had suffered being stuck in a prison. And I don't think it's fair. I have drove without a license for many years, and I have seen the impact that happened to my children. It's traumatizing. The fact that every day you get up and you think about, am I coming back? If the cops are going to pull me over, what's going to happen to me? What's going to happen if I get deported? I had to bring my children to school. I have 5. I had to bring them to school. I had to go to work. I had to do carpooling. I had movies. I had to bring them to the library. I had to bring them to the soccer games. I had to do all these things. And what was that? And then not only that, why would I gonna put my children through that? But like in New Bedford, I'm from New Bedford, Massachusetts, and we don't have really good transportation. And with 5 children, 5 little kids, I couldn't do that. I had to expose myself. And
Massachusetts is home to 200 to 250,000 undocumented immigrants. The Mass Budget and Policy Center estimates that 122,000 of them are employed in our state, many of them in jobs that have been deemed essential in the pandemic.
Most of them do not ride transit, first of all, because of the jobs that they do, and most of them, they do not live in the cities, especially because the cities have become a very expensive place. They cannot afford.
The Work and Family Mobility Act passage is still stuck in the Senate Ways and Means, but allow anyone who meets all the qualified driver's license or ID, even if they don't have status. Mass budget has 60,000 drivers. The change would be relatively easy because Massachusetts already has 2 kinds of licenses and the standard mass license.
Since we have 2 already, why can't the standard one becomes available to everyone? Why?
It's Governor Baker who insisted on proof of for standard licenses, and he's promised to veto this bill. Opposition is widely seen as the biggest obstacle, though House Speaker Robert DeLeo Karen Spill made this a priority either. Meanwhile, organizations have endorsed police who see this as a public safety issue, moral imperative.
And more than ever, with the kind of anti-immigrant movement that's building, we feel like we have to pass progressive policies here in Massachusetts to show that we do not like other states, that we do not endorse the politics of Washington, D.C., that we do not like Trump.
And as long as undocumented immigrants can't drive legally, they remain very vulnerable to the Trump deportation machine. It's a point that Dalia de Roja, political director for SEIU 32BJ and co-chair of the Driving Families Forward campaign, highlighted as we stood outside the JFK building.
And this is where it starts, right? And usually it starts with a simple traffic stop. Why? You may ask. Because undocumented immigrants don't have access to a driver's license. So if you're at home, if people are at home crying and trying to figure out how do they help those kids in cages, how do they help those women who could no longer have kids, and that was a decision that they didn't make. This is how you can help. Call your legislator. Call Governor Baker.
It's also important to keep showing up. Matt Taylor from Second Line, one of the lead organizers of Honk, said the band takes its cues from grassroots leaders like his friends at Cosecha and fellow Honk organizer Harris Grumman, who leads the SEIU State Council.
It's important to show up first and listen and be present to the organization for the work that they want to be doing.
For the driver's license campaign, which is working to build power and claim a place for immigrants as much as to pass this bill, it's a great partnership.
It's about being alive, and it's about being in the energy, right, of the popular movements, and to be creative and to show that this is something positive that we're trying to do.
So get out there, make some noise, make some calls, because immigrant justice can't wait.
That was really interesting, Dinny. That combination of Estagiários brass band from Belo Horizonte and Let Our Families Drive action, because I'm thinking here we're seeing this beautiful music from Brazil and then and other music from Central America. And then in Boston, we're seeing people from Brazil and Central America being deported back to those countries because they're undocumented immigrants. Anyway, that was my political analysis statement. And what's happening next?
Very important stuff. Don't glaze over that. But the next thing we're going to see is the Filthy Femcorps. So cool. So cool. But they're going to be playing 3 songs. Sup. It's an original by Filthy Femcorps from Maddie Remix. Freedom by Beyonce. Havana by Camila Cabello. And Pickle, another Filthy Femcorps original by Liz Curry. Hit it!
Joining us today is the Filthy Femcorps of Seattle. All types of women and non-binary people empowered to freely express their creative talents, push boundaries joyously, fiercely, and unapologetically through high-energy music and movement, developing both as individuals and as a sisterhood of music, and standing with me in this beautiful bar is the most not your high school, not your grandmother's 30-member all-women and non-binary marching band. Are you ready to rock?
So what is the Filthy Femcorps' creation story?
The Filthy Femcorps formed in 2016. Well, actually, it was a little bit like the end of 2015. My friend Emily and I, we were kind of venting about how we were kind of fed up with being in music groups that had some misogyny and some unequal things happen throughout our lives. We both have music degrees. We've both been in like, you know, jazz token women's and jazz bands. And I was complaining to her one day about how I just was kind of fed up with this new group that I was really excited about, who there was like a dude that just kept stomping on me. You know, I wasn't as good, I wasn't that great, I couldn't be good enough, like this, that, or whatever, couldn't leave rehearsal, you name it. And so I was on the phone, and she said, shoot, let's just form our own girl band. And they were like, ha ha ha. And then like a few seconds later, okay, yes, oh, okay, yes. And she